Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back again for my lovely, freaking lovely, truly, this is going to be interesting, and I hope I'm not going to flip out, but let's see where this goes here. It's true. Tuesday, August 21st, 2018. So, let's talk about what's not so surprising. Well, stocks did finish higher today. I know for a fact that if you follow this blog, you are not surprised at all. This is the mechanism. It's the way it's going to go. For as far as the eye can see, there are so many moving parts to this, but the number one thing, and it's glaring and it's in our face, is as long as the easy money keeps flowing into this market, as long as the Federal Reserve is now forced to push their foot to the floor, print cash out of thin air into oblivion, artificially suppress rates and buy debt, well, you tell me, because I know all of you guys and girls are a lot smarter than I am. Where's cash going to flow into? Exactly, the stock market. It's just an engineered mechanism to keep the illusion real. Let's talk about the illusion that is being kept real. And you will not hear a peep about what I'm going to tell you out of certain people's mouths and certain news outlets. So we just found out today we hit another sad milestone with regard to U.S. debt crossing the $21 trillion mark. Now, the last GDP print was 4.1%, and people went wild, and they're loving it. And our president he's just, couldn't be more happy about our 4.1% GDP, which actually calculates to a gross domestic product of $20.4 trillion. We are now exceeding that. We are beyond 100% GDP with regard to our debt. How many of you, put your hand up, believe President Trump is going to address this in any way? Although candidate Trump was a different man. He spoke loudly against debts, loudly against deficits, but now that we're over 100% in GDP, we've actually been here for a while. That's the truth. But it's now, it's out. The secret is out. The secret is out. It's the truth. Let me ask you another question. How many of you find it odd that we have a 4.1 GDP print and a sub 3% 10-year yield? Anybody out here find that peculiar? Yeah, I do too. But that's again, it's the mechanism. It's the artificially suppressing of interest rates from here into oblivion that has gone on now for an entire decade. It will not stop. It can't stop, especially now that we are officially exceeding 100% GDP. And then we saw some of the effects of this like last month when the Treasury Department said, hey, you know what? We need to start issuing some more debt here because we can't finance this booming economy that we have. So we need to really start to issue more debt. Great! Look, all this is extremely, believe it or not, stock market positive. And that's, look at the mechanism here. The weaker dollar, the dollar got grand slammed down today. Precious metals finished up only fractionally. It's unbelievable. Crude oil, of course, did finish higher. The rigging is off the freaking scale. And I personally, and you all know this, I've written to every single organization that you can think about to try to, government ones and non-government ones, to try to address this issue with the paper derivatives of gold and silver. I never heard a word back from anybody. Nothing. No one wants to talk about it. No one wants to get involved here. Look, we have one of the strongest and most powerful banks on the planet Earth. This is JP Morgan Chase, who's rigging the silver and gold markets It's, that's what I'm talking about. Everyone knows it. It's not even just JP Morgan. How many German banks have been caught red-handed doing the same thing? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in this environment, and I can promise you no one's going to look at it, including our president. It's insane, it's embarrassing, it's disgusting, it's revolting, whatever other word you want to throw in here. It's the truth. But understand, we're going to have and we already have it, a media blackout for the most part with regard to any negative news over in Europe, Turkey, whatever. You're not going to hear about it. They can twist the story to whatever they want it to be if they're keeping it out of the realm of the public here. Doesn't this sound like, I don't know, some kind of a dictatorship or communism or fascism? Of course, they control the narrative. That's what they're doing here as well. But seriously, I want to see some hands up here. How many of you believe that we're going to start to hear anything with regard to, again, now it's kind of it's out of the bag here, that despite a 4.1 print on the GDP, we're now over 100% GDP with regard to our debt. And that means, people, again, the Fed is going to have to go into hyperdrive, buying everything, issuing more debt here. That's it. I think, honestly, and we've been seeing this way before President Trump here. Under President Obama, this country went into terminal decline. Actually, before him. What am I even talking about? It's the truth. Look, our forefathers would be rotating, or probably are rotating in their graves right now to see what has happened. What we've allowed to happen to our country. It's insane. A bunch of corrupt criminals running the show. This is not the way it was supposed to be. Just to talk about that real quick, I don't know how many of you understand the history at all. I'm sure some of you do, but the idea of a government of the people, by the people, and for the people at the time was the most radical idea on the face of the earth. People were ruled by kings, dictators at that point, and our forefathers had the brain power to say, no, this isn't how it should be done. They also did not want a fiat monetary system. They did not want this. We got it. We let it go. No one's going to take it back, including this president who was doing everything humanly possible and inhumanly possible to keep the Federal Reserve at the top of that pyramid. And I wonder how long it's going to take for people to wake up. Trust the plan. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I can't use my own intellect. I'm unable to think enough that I can make up my own decision. I have to listen to some other idiots out here spewing whatever they want to spew. I'll tell you, we are in a sad, sad state of affairs, my friends. But if you are here, I'd be willing to bet that's not you. That's not you. You're not going to be hoodwinked like everybody else is. With that said, let's see where all this goes. And we're going to have more fun, more loveliness tomorrow morning.